What's up YouTube? In this video, I show you how to operate a car sound system outside of a car with no battery. Now, before we get started, I'd like to ask for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the bell so you can be the first to know about all of my brand new videos. Let's begin. So, the other day I went on a morning adventure to some garage sales. I ended up purchasing this automotive subwoofer and this beat up old amplifier, which back in its prime was a pretty decent amp. Of course, the previous owner couldn't prove that either of them even worked, so I got them for pretty cheap, but my vehicle isn't yet hooked up to test a sound system like this, so when I got home with my new purchases, I wanted to test them out right away to see whether or not I got ripped off by the garage sale guy. And this is how I did it. Here's what you're gonna need: an amplifier, a subwoofer, speaker wire, a little extra piece of speaker wire like this, something you can plug in and hear. I used my iPod Shuffle. You're also gonna need an RCA to headphone jack connector and a car battery charger. Okay, so on your amp, there should be 3 connections beside each other. One says 12 volt, the next says remote, and the last says GRD, which stands for ground. Now, you want to take your small little piece of speaker wire and connect one end to the 12 volt and the other end to the remote. The reason for this is the remote connection is for when you turn your car on and off. This will give your amp power when you turn it on and disconnect the power when you turn it off. But in our scenario, we want this amp on as soon as we connect it to the power. So by adding this wire, we are completing that circuit. Next, we connect the sub. Now, every sub and amp is different, but the way I'm doing it is just for testing purposes. Never minding connecting in series or in parallel, I just connect the red wire to the positive and the black to the negative on the left channel, and the same for the right channel. However, as you can see, my crappy beat up amp I bought is missing 2 screws on the right, so I just shoved the wires into the holes. Of course, I first asked for consent. Next, I connected the other end of the wires to the corresponding connections on the sub. Once that was done, it was time to connect my power source, the battery charger. What's cool about this battery charger is it will act as a power source instead of a battery. It will deliver a similar amount of voltage as a car battery. However, you can plug it into the wall. To start off, I connect the positive clamp to the 12 volt connector and the negative to the ground. Of course, depending on your amp, this may or may not be a little tricky. The main goal here is to make sure your clamps aren't touching each other or any other piece of metal on your amp. Otherwise, the current will go where you don't want it to go and possibly completely fry your whole system. Now it's time to connect my audio input. I connect the RCA white and red to the left and right, and I make sure the volume on my amp is not going to destroy me or my roommate's hearing. Next, make sure your battery charger is set to manual, not automatic, and the charge selector is set to 2 amps, not 10. And plug that sucker into the wall. First, we will test to see if this amp powers up. Well, look at that. The light would lead one to believe this amp does indeed work. That's good news. Now let's turn on a track and see if this sub pumps out some sound. Well, just had to turn up the volume and there you have it. It turns out I didn't get ripped off at the garage sale. Well, if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely click on the next one to the right. Thanks very much for watching.